How does one turn on the music on?
Hello, there we go.
On the right side.
It would be on the right
Music.
side where you see like.
Yes.
Oh.
Playlist.
I'm gonna have to turn some of you up real quick.
What do with Papa Jack?
But hello everybody. We are here today with something a little bit more new. You might see that from that of the title being that of Runarcana, Arcane Descent, Episode 1. It took a bit to get this set up, but you know what? We're here, we're ready, and by gosh, maybe I'm just gonna get right into this intro. But before I get into the intro, just because I want to cover myself, I am using that of anything to, and basically all the lore of that of Arcane and putting a twist on my own things as well. So do note, if you haven't watched Arcane, yes, this whole series will contain spoilers. There's no way to avoid spoilers here.
Especially with one character in particular.
Point being is, yes, there are spoilers. That has been my warnings. There you go. Also, no, I am not sponsored. Maybe one day. But let's get in.
Hey, real quick before we get too far into it, I need blind sight of 30 feet on my character.
That's crazy.
No, actually.
Immediately going out,
Okay, so
coming
I'm gonna
out
say
swimming.
type it to me, but you're not gonna specifically need it, I don't think, right now.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
let me get dog vision of 120 feet.
No, my character actually needs.
He said it.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
Guys.
Let's fucking go. I want to scream and be hype, but I'm not gonna make my father up.
All right. So this intro is going to be a little bit weird because I'm going to be explaining a few things as I'm kind of a few different things here. For anyone who doesn't obviously know or not, this campaign, we're going to bring down this little purple blip down here, will be starring in that of Piltover Zaun. But before I actually get into what that is, it's time for the intro. So, for the intro here, we are going to go a little bit back. It's going to be a little bit, per se, back in time in that of Piltover Zaun before we get to the current now. So I'm just putting that out there. But during this time, which was a time that was somewhat shortly after that of the end of the Arcane events, that a new type of person has come up. That's... Thank you so much for joining the Empire, brother. Sorry, I had to say that real quick. But we're going to be getting into that of Glass Industries. As you see, they've been giving out that of breathing masks to all.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure I said it right. Giving out breathing masks to all who couldn't resist the recently intoxicated air. Oh. Nope, never mind. I thought I was reading wrong. Okay, a little bit of a mess up on my part. I was reading the wrong part here. But you guys will know that. I just wanted to put it in a different perspective. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, here's the actual intro start. Daylight shining a pine down into the depths of an unknown intrigue. People of all sizes and ages plunged into the noxious chemical air below. One by one, people are dying. Even worse, some losing faith. However, something new has come into play. As what I was somewhat explaining before, that of the gas masks being handed out to that of the masses in this toxic place, this toxic wasteland of sorts. Essentially, that of everyone accepting these gas masks without even thinking too much, as they are just being given out. Nothing in return. These gas masks make it more easily able to breathe that of the air. And it's all thanks to that of the Glass Industries, a company that wants to both develop a future for its city as well as that of the trust of its people. However, they are not the only ones to do something. As not everyone can be saved to just gas masks alone, considering that there are other things that happen down here. We are going to zoom in a little bit here to where we can see a couple of children stuck in that of a building that seems to be collapsing at the very moment. Destruction coming down from what seems to be like a recent tremor for one of the gas leaks, as that of more and more crumbling down of debris. You will hear that of the screams of not only the children, but that of a woman who is wanting help for her children, with no one to listen to, as everyone is too sick or dying to even help. Yet there is a noise in the distance, bump, 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 sounding like that of almost heavy metallic footsteps. A huge, build, almost roundish, from the mist caused by the toxins, reveals that of a strange but kind of bigger construct. Swiftly, it runs, rushing into that of the building in a blink of an eye. As a few moments, we see that of the building fully collapsing right over them. With no noise around, the outside of the occasional cough in the distance from the sick and dying, comes out that of the rubble. 3 children, somewhat unscathed, with that of a big yellow construct hovering over them as if a new protector has arrived. Cheers of fellows who've seen this. A mother's cry asks, "Who is it that saved her children?" As the construct looks at her, it is followed by a man walking behind this construct to get closer. He reveals himself before continuing on to save others in danger and bring those that need medical help to special made facilities made by this strange new person, or potentially funded. He tells them, "I am the person who built this construct, and the man who wishes to bring about a new day and age, where neither city needs to suffer. Remember, for my name is Victor." And that was 3 years ago, and not where we are at the current, as we are now going to look further, not into the past, but now to where we are now at. As I also wanted to kind of put it out as it is somewhat of an event that's currently still happening. So now, I will say that was just 3 years ago. So now we come to the current place of the world of Runeterra. Now, if you want to know more about the other regions, then proceed to watch the intro of Runarcana, Your Story. I'm just saying. Anyways, as for this setting, we are growing further into the midpoint continents of the Valoran, where technology rules over magic, yet can only bend the rules of reality like that of true magic. Which is why some people wanted to use it, harness the power of magic, almost like a source of energy. And that's how we got Hex Tech. Carefully synthesized crystals are imbued with the smallest bit of magic, able to create things that people have only ever dreamed of. So Hextech, as well as being that of a city of trade, a city of scientific research, but most importantly, a city of progress. Welcome to the upper city, Piltover. So, here. Okay. All right, getting some set up. There we go. So now we shall zoom in to the scene here, where we see that of multiple people, mostly of human at least like standards, with some other species as well, that appear to either be in fancier light clothing representing something of wealth, like that of nobility, walking carefree in the streets, while the others seem to either be in blue like policeman gear almost, usually holding that of a baton or muskets, that standing guard if not patrolling and just walking around. Doesn't really seem like too much of a busy day to day for them. While anyone else that is kind of like around and that of the streets here seems to be working, putting up stuff around for Piltover. It's probably preparation for some upcoming holiday, one that they would be called Progress Day, a celebration of both the birth of Piltover and its exceedingly low crime rates. But where we start goes just a little further into Piltover, to a little shop called Smith's Firearms and Armor. Second here. All right. So I was thinking about how I potentially wanted to do some of this. However, I think I would like for you, that be that of the person whose time to shine is now, to explain how exactly your day would essentially go, starting from kind of like when you waked up to probably about midday, if not, or not midday, but probably like a lot later into the day. Kind of like just give me what your day was like, and also explain yourself.
Absolutely. So John wakes up around the same time every day, a bit after the shop's already open, or rather, after his father's already working his specialty, as he likes to call it. And he starts his day off just waking up, eating a quick little snack, and opening the main door to the shop, which also doubles as their home, unfortunately. And opening up, he'd check in on the workshop side, just to make sure that his dad was in fact still alive and doing okay, before leaving the door open and standing by a front desk of sorts, just to wait for his mother to arrive and take over so that he can continue on helping the shop the only way he's currently allowed to, which is acting as both the doorman and something of security. Obviously, early in the morning, no one's really up to come in for any maintenance or pickups, so John spends most of the earlier morning just messing with his little flintlock pistol. You know, the one free thing he's gotten from the shop. Well, not necessarily free, considering he still had to make it himself, but it is what it is.
So,
Yeah.
so how much would you say that your character likes this job, or per se even wants to do any work, or if they're a good worker or not, I guess.
This job in particular, well, anybody walking by would see that he's not particularly enjoying it. But it's not that he doesn't like the shop or to work. It's much more of a case of wishing that he could, or were more freely allowed to enter the workshop area. It's a weird mix of disdain and jealousy, but otherwise he seems somewhat happy that he is at least allowed to stay at home, helping out, and kind of live with family.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, is it currently basically just like, you, your mom, and dad, and then is there any like workers there? Or is it just kind of like family?
It's a fully family-run shop.
Okay.
The precision needed for gunsmiths is pretty high up there, and working on as a specialty shop kind of keeps them in a weird zone of just niche enough to be considered exclusive.
Right.
But not large enough to really expand out.
Oh, no. So as you've been like standing that of your yard duty, it's honestly give me that of a perception check.
Absolutely. Doo-doo. That'll be a 7.
You are looking around at the moment, but honestly, it's kind of just getting longer and longer as the day goes on. The night starts to kind of come by, where it's starting to get really kind of like, you're not like drowsy, but like you're tired enough to where you're kind of like slacking just a little bit. Pretty much, if there was anybody really to come to the shop right now, like you would obviously see them.
Mhm.
Yet there seems to be a noise sounding like that of a door opening and closing, one that you know familiar enough to be that of the back door.
Looking around, say my mother, by the front desk, I'm just gonna say, Ma, I'm just gonna head to the back for a second. Is that alright with you?
Well, it's fine for now, but don't be slacking off. You know how he can get about that.
It's just a quick check. I'll be right on back. Sorry, excuse me. And John's just gonna, walk, like speed walk towards the back.
Yeah, she kind of looked at you with a little bit of confusion, but trusted you. And as you walk to the back, I mean the door's right there, and it seems to be closed right now.
I'm just gonna double check. Is it still locked?
No.
That's odd. I'll check outside before checking where else somebody could be.
You look outside to see there really isn't anything out of the ordinary.
Weird. Well, knowing since I couldn't find anything and knowing that I should really be heading back, I'll just go take a quick glance at whatever entry, wherever direction they could have gone from the back door before heading straight back to my post. I've got some responsibilities and I, can't really be caught slacking off after all.
So, wait, what are you doing? Are you going in or are you leaving it?
I'm relocking the door, but since I can't find anyone or anything,
sorry, did you check from inside or outside? I thought you went outside.
I checked from inside because the back door would lead in.
Okay, then yes, you would have noticed something. My bad. I thought you were like on the outside and went around or something. No, but you would have noticed like it seems like a couple things got like moved around, but not like anything specific looked like it was taken or anything. But you do hear noise further into that of the actual the workshop itself. More of like what you would guess to be more of a storage closet area.
Yeah, I'll make sure to relock the back door since it's unlocked before checking the little storage.
Alright. You proceed on to the storage and you think that you hear a couple of voices, but you're not quite sure. Unless you like at least try to like peep in, you know?
Yeah, I'll open it up and I'll say, "Excuse me, this is a staff-only area. If there's someone in here."
So you proceed to open it, and as you're kind of like open it, it even makes that kind of not like a super but it's like a slow opening. The small sign of the creek as you're going to see that of this person that you were just kind of like talking towards with that to be some person in that of a bigger like trench coat, I would almost imagine, as well as that of your father, who seems to be holding that of like a gun and even pointing it at him. Now, before we get any further, I'm gonna go back here a little bit. So, let's see here. Lycan.
Yo.
I'm gonna go back here just a little bit. You have had that of a long. I'm sorry. You have had that of a little bit of a longer day, considering that you've gotten some new information, which I'll get to that later. But you've gotten that of some new information after you had pretty much proceeded to not to say break your weapon, but basically have it to be where it's kind of malfunctioning at this point, and you would need it to get into that of the one shop that you can pretty much go to, at least that you somewhat know of, as you were told that you could pretty much trust that of the person who runs the shop there, and you were told you can trust that by that of the how do I put it? By the very important person to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you do proceed to see, you see that of someone of that of a guard kind of sitting, not sitting, standing out in front, somewhat looking around, but kind of seeming a little bit almost tired, maybe to you, but just in general, they don't seem too motivated. So, sneaking around them, probably wouldn't be too hard.
Does this person look like threatening or having anything that would make it harder to like get away in a short run, or
Um,
or
I don't know
Minus.
if you would have obvious weaponry, but
It's probably the flintlock.
just a flip, no, he doesn't look like he would have obvious weaponry, really.
okay. Rago is probably going to be keeping their distance and more like slowly coming up and double checking to see if it's the spot that the person they only trust is correct, and asking if they can help repair a gun.
I'm sorry, what?
Rago's going to like slowly approach, trying to keep as much distance between themselves and the guard.
Oh, no.
Or-
This is sorry, I didn't say something to you.
Or-
Right. I'm telling you that the person that you were told to trust was that of the actual owner of the place. And it's something like that you have actually been to this place beforehand like a few times, but you've really only been seen by that of the person.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, then yeah, Rago would try to sneak around them to get to the person that they've seen more often rather than this guard. If I'm understanding right.
Yeah. That's pretty because like I said, you've actually been to this place a few times, so you actually like know that this is a place that you can go without too much essentially prejudice. You could at least say, at least to that of the owner that you've established a connection with. As you proceed on into that of the back, seeing that it seems to be unlocked. Not very strange for you, considering this is probably about the time that you would come and visit. But you proceed to enter on the back, and you get that of somewhat of an older looking fellow, a one that you've seen a few times, as he goes, "So you're finally back for more? What happened this time? Shootout?
Oh,
Malfunction? Something like that?"
oh, just another shootout. Just more people not accepting me. But all fair fears.
Well,
Able to help me this time?
well, potentially it could. The general. Come on to the back. As he proceeds on into that of what seems to be kind of like more of a storage space to kind of almost give you guys more privacy in case anybody else were to try to see to be here at any point in time, because the shop is still technically open. And as he proceeds on in, he takes a look at the gun for a few moments, kind of like starts talking to you about some of the implications about it, some more complicated stuff that I couldn't even explain. And then he even proceeds to say, "Now, the biggest problem here is this front part," as he's pointing at the gun, but the gun is at the moment pointed towards you, and somebody else just opened up the door, and that is the scenario that we are in.
Slowly drawing out his flintlock, John's just gonna start by saying, "Is there a problem?"
No, none whatsoever, but I didn't exactly expect to see you in here when you should be outside garden.
I heard the door. and saw things moved.
For now, it's fine. It's already done. Now, get in here. Close the door.
Of course, and he's just gonna awkwardly shuffle in before closing the door behind him.
As you shuffle in a little bit, because he's got like, it's not like a huge, it's not like super small by any means. So it's big, but it's not like super huge because of how much stuff is in it. But he does have like a small workshop, like a little workbench in the back, where in the room. As he's over at it, with that of the gun, and he proceeds to say, "Don't worry about that customer right now. I just want you to come here and look at this and tell me what you think is wrong." As he places it down on the workbench for you.
Yeah, I'll go for an inspection for that.
You can
Is there-
give me either an investigation or a gunsmith's tool.
I'll go gunsmiths, but it's gonna show up as weavers, cause yeah. Which stat?
For like trying to figure out.
Yeah, for the gunsmith.
I'd say wisdom for you trying to figure it out.
All right. That'll be a 17.
As you're proceeding on, as you proceed on to kind of inspect the gun, pick it up a little bit, you can easily kind of tell what parts you actually would need to replace to actually fix the gun, and you have the tools to do it around.
Yeah. Seeing this, John's actually gonna look back up and just say, am I free to just go ahead and fix it, or do you just not want me to properly touch this?
I already gave you the gun. Hurry up. I've got all night.
Yep, of course, yeah, And, he's just gonna go at it.
As he's going at it, he's kind of like letting him kind of focus in on that. While he's doing that, he's talking to you. He's gonna start talking to you, and he's gonna go, that boy, he at least knows how to put a gun together. It might take him some time, but I think I can at least trust him with that.
If you trust him, I'll trust him. We'll see how far that extent goes with how well he repairs my gun.
I definitely do say that is a fair point. But I will ask you, do you know how to protect yourself?
At least enough to survive for the next day.
He kind of like just leaves it on that thought, and he doesn't kind of like say anything in specific. But he does start bringing up, he starts bringing up like random facts about guns. Did you know the first technical ammunition was a rock? You use that to send shots or just through.
Very crude, but all that goes with it.
But after a little bit of time, I'm not it's not like super shining perfect, but you proceed on to like you basically took it apart piece by piece and then put it back together with some newer refined parts, even dented out some and made it kind of look like a somewhat brand new clean what do you have? Is it a musket?
Yeah, musket.
Basically like a brand new musket.
Yeah, after I'm done, I actually, instead of handing it back to the customer, John's gonna hand it back to his father, considering he gets the final say on whether or not it's done. He says, here you go.
Uh, he's looking at it himself, and he doesn't even really seem that he looks at it too much. He kind of just hands it over and says, "Now, I will have to ask you." And as he was saying something, you hear that of the doors opening. Where is this person? As you're kind of like, I say this person because that kind of, they don't actually know the name of like the owner, but they're kind of seeming like a very angry person in front. And the father kind of like just stares at the door a little bit and goes, "Look, just stay back here. I will be right back." As he proceeds to go out there, closes the door, and it sounds like somewhat of a little bit of an argument back and forth after a little bit.
Nice, nice to meet you.
You as well. Rago's actually going to try to sneak as close as they can to the door to try to better hear the conversation going on.
You need perception check.
Yeah. Already starting strong. Alright.
You proceed to try to listen in through the door and do not realize how thick it is. Opening the door definitely could make a little bit of noise, like I was saying earlier. But trying to hear through it, it's like trying to hear through like 5 inch thick metal. Like it's not. It's basically just small muffles, if anything.
Yeah, the door's gonna be not the best bet. We like to keep the shop quiet outside of the work part. Yeah. Name's John, by the way.
Rago. But Rago's not going to be like, more of like you feel they're looking or spoke to you directly on that, but never turned their head. And also should be mentioned, wearing a cloak covering up most of their appearance, besides their wings in the back. But do you know anything about what they're arguing out there about?
9 times out of 10, it's probably a misuse of a weapon, and now they're complaining about it having broken. Other times, well, some other times, it's some actual complaint. They're angry all the same. It doesn't really change much. It's usually not too big of a deal, but if it does escalate, that's apparently what I'm here for.
After some time, it definitely seems like the muffling noises have stopped, and it seems like there's that of a moment of silence. Pow! That of a gunshot.
Well, that's my sign. And John's actually just gonna straight up push past Rago and open up the door, flintlock out.
How
Rago's-
how ready are you? Either one of you want to come out? Like how are y'all trying to come in?
Does Rago have their gun back at this point, or?
I mean, it's a brand new musket.
All right, got it. Rago's gonna follow after John, but start going a little bit more upwards. Not have the gun out, but magic charging in one of their hands.
Yeah, John's walking, or well, rushing in, yelling. Drop your weapons, please. This is a shop, not the practice range.
As you
Or as
say
he,
that,
stumbles over his words.
as you say that, as you're coming in, kind of like gung ho ready, but like still kind of like trying to say words that's getting smaller and smaller. You hear the words of, we really need to find you a better job than just guard, because you need to work on that. As you see that of your father standing there, with blood just splattered on his like front jacket, and that of what seems to be like a blood trail heading out.
I'll go chase after them, I
No,
suppose.
no.
No?
He's learned his lesson the hard way, and if he comes back again, he'll have to learn it twice over.
I see. Then I will go get the ball.
There's no need. I've had to long think about some things, especially with the way of how, well, both these cities deal with these things. And I want you to someday take over for that of this blacksmith shop. Sorry, gunsmith shop. And that day, I hope will come. But for now, I think you need to learn a lot of things. Which is why I'm going to have to ask you. Nah, I'm sorry. I can't do the asking this time. I'm going to have to demand you as your father. You're going to go and be this band's personal gunsmith.
John puts up a hand and, tries to come up with words, only to fail, and then glance at his mother, and then glance back. Let's go.
You see that
And-
she
and
can't
before-
glance at you.
Before just, putting his head down in defeat. I will go pack my bags.
No need. It's already been done.
I see.
You see that, like, he's essentially been already preparing this. This is almost kind of, in a word, saddening, because he's essentially telling you, you're being kicked out to prove yourself, even though you're pretty much going to have to go out and find out some way to survive, especially with that of this other person here, which he at least knows a little bit, especially hearing some things from other people he may or may not know. But in either way, shape, or the form, you're gonna have to figure out what to do while also helping out this guy, apparently.
Yeah, looking back, if I see Rago, just approach him, I guess, with like hand kind of raised for a handshake, kind of just like half limp, and just goes, I suppose I'll be following you for the foreseeable future.
I'm sorry to have to do this, especially to you, Rago, but you're gonna have to also understand one thing. You're not gonna be able to come to this shop for a while. They've been snooping around here. So it's also in your best interest.
Well, at least I know they can repair a gun well. I'll try and keep them safe, but you know how my life is. I can't make any promises.
I don't expect you to. But I do expect to see my son come back at some point. When he's able to finally craft that of the ultimate weapon, I think he'll make that a fine gunsmith one day. But not now. He needs to learn the outside world.
During this entire conversation, John's just like looking at the ground.
Suppose so.
Yeah, your starting gold is essentially the money that you got given before you're like told to go.
For both of us or for
Uh, I guess I'd say
yeah.
both of y'all.
Okay. Well, I got 1 gold.
He's tipping you.
Um,
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm coming in with 15.
Um, so you get your bags packed and everything going, and Rago, you can bring it up to him if you would like, but I'm going to tell you this because there's a reason why you wanted to come to the shop here, at least before going to the next thing that you might want to go check out.
Mhm.
You have gotten that. You basically you could pull it out and again show him if you really wanted, or explain it to him if you want. But I'm just explaining it to you. You can pull out that of a paper, and this paper that you have that you've gotten, um, that you pretty much picked up recently from basically any random part in Zaun. You pull out a paper that seems to be somebody asking for that of people to join them to help make that of both Piltover and Zaun a better place, which normally wouldn't mean much to you, but it would at least potentially trigger you a little bit with that of the name of who it was pretty much signed by, who was trying to get that of help by that of Victor.
Oh.
If you could have potentially heard about him from before, obviously. However, getting to him or like getting near him has been somewhat impossible. So this is almost like a golden ticket if you really want to put it like that.
Rago is gonna at least show the paper to John to at least let them know like of where they're planning to go next, but isn't gonna go into full details of why they're heading in that direction. And more of just keep up with me and try not to draw attention to yourself.
Yes, sir. Um,
I'll let you guys
Yeah.
talk or RP as much as you want here, but this is pretty much the end of the scene.
Yeah, John just packs his things, tilts his hat a bit down before walking out, because there's nothing he's kind of able to say at this point.
Yeah. Rago doesn't want to share too much just yet. So
Nope,
walking in
it's completely
silence.
fine. Not all family traditions are the same traditions, so it's fine. But we okay, I'll do some here. We, however, are going to now look at a different place, as we're essentially almost in a way zooming out here a little bit, as we now will be heading that into the city, that of another city, one much, much, much deeper. How deep, you might ask? Well, I'm about to show you. Welcome to that of Zaun, where if you scroll all the way up, you can see the top where Piltover essentially is. But as you
I have
kind
no
of
token. I cannot see.
let me see, there you go. Where at the top, you can see that of where kind of Piltover kind of resides, where it's got buildings above, bridges above. But as you go down, there seems to kind of like be open areas, as you can see, as you go down further and further and further, and I just love this picture, especially because it shows just how far down Zaun actually goes. I'm gonna get back into this here. We're gonna, as we're heading deep into the city, under that of Piltover, that is known as Zaun. It is a city that has recently established peace with Piltover, especially after the whole Noxian invasion happened. Yet, it is only felt for a couple of weeks at most, where prejudice to each other still ran through their blood and core. Now, we are at a time where we like to say peace is there, but in reality, a few small steps and a new war could break out between Piltovans and Zaunites. That's not to say everyone is bad, though. There are those who choose to use their abilities to help each other. But especially for those that have used Hex Tech. Well, after Shimmer was erased, something new had to be made to be able to fight back that of Hex Tech. If and when that were to ever happen, which almost feels inevitable, is how came the birth of Chemtech, a Zaunite-made fusion of machinery and newer chemicals to help enhance that of oneself. Some even become more machine than man. What's worse is who has access to most of it, which is usually that of Chem Barons in some shape, way, or form. The Chem Barons are a group of crime lords who each control a portion of the Undercity. Think like a loose criminal alliance of landlords, factory owners, mob bosses, business tycoons, etc., etc. Though there are places that are even lawless to people like them. Very little places. However, we are going to be heading into one of those places. Stop this music. So now, as we head deeper into that of Zaun here, into this lawless place of sorts, you can hear that of crowds cheering. Yeah, yeah. You're not quite understanding yet what it's for. You hear the words, fight, fight, fight. You, as the plethora of people that are screaming, cheering. They seem to either be augmented in some way, or maybe just dirty in some shape or form. They all seem excited, though. Especially excited, cheering. Towards that, what seems to be that of an underground pit in Zaun. As I will now put it up. I think I can get better music. I guess that can work. Did I get this? Can you guys see this place?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So mostly because I don't want to have a bunch of tokens out. You could just imagine the crowd is cheering from up here in the stages. That there's pretty much like filled to the brim with people. There's even somebody who's up at the front, seeming more like that of maybe a boss of sorts, but at least there seems to be that of near him, that of a guy with a metallic-like microphone. as he pretty much sounds like at first he's just trying to at first he sounds like he's trying to get his voice heard. With a few moments going by, it goes to, all right, who's ready for tonight's pit fight? As the screams, the cheers coming up. Yeah, let's hear it. Come on. We got an exciting battle today. Something I don't think we've seen in a long time. Come on, let's start. Coming out from one side of the fighting pit, we can see that of one of our champions, somebody who's been undefeated for months. From the pits, from unknown under town, the man, the cow himself. Come on out, Asterius the Bonebreaker. Whoops, let me actually get him out. Asterius,
Yeah.
explain how you look.
Alright, so coming out of his like cage or whatever, Osiris is just a 8-foot red-skinned, just full-on minotaur. He has like these like metal casings on his wrist to like make sure his wrists don't get broken. His horns are like this like double the size of like anyone's hand, and it's like, you know, just fucking massive. Alright. And yeah, he just comes out. His nose is all smoky, like kind of like snarling, preparing for what he's about to fight.
Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, oopsies. Something happened here. There we go. And as you're kind of like, are you pumping up the crowd? Are you trying to get like their attention and stuff?
Yeah. Sirius is going to like make like a right hand in the air, just and like the other hand is just like waving around, just to like get the crowd cheered up.
There you go. I don't know why you went large. There you go. As you're kind of like pumping up that of the crowd, everybody's cheering, everybody's going crazy. You've been in this fighting pit for quite a while. You've pretty much made a kind of somewhat home here. You basically make not the most money anymore, as if everybody bets for you, there isn't as much money to gain, but pretty much you were raking in some money at first, and now you're kind of just living at a nice pace here. Sometimes you even get to hear some stories from certain people. However, you will hear that of now the announcer go and say, all right, we got that of Asterius out here, the Bonebreaker. Let's see who he's gonna be fighting. That of a brand new runner-up. Somebody who almost is as freaky as they look as a fighter they can be. They say sting like a bee. Well, let's just hope it's that way. Because he ain't pretty, at least. Let's see this man. I'm gonna ask you, Car, would your character have, whether it was you who said it or somebody else would have said it, would your character have had that of a different name for this underground pit, or are you just gonna use your name?
Me?
Oh yeah.
No, I think he would use his given name.
Then you will hear that of,
Very sorry for missing it.
then you will hear that now let's see him. Day, as people are kind of somewhat booing as you're coming out, as it seems like they kind of got a favorite, but as they start booing, though they kind of slowly kind of stop as they start to somewhat more see, to kind of see you and potentially what you are, or not specifically what you are, but kind of what you are. As I would like you to explain your character and any weaponry that they have on.
All right. Yeah, so Shinde will enter the arena, still a very large cloak over them, and after the first steps they were kind of hunched over before, but then they will fold out to their full height of almost 14 feet, twice the size of a large man. The cloak will fall off their shoulders, and the crowd will see a mismatched being of some sort as it draws out 4 swords, 1 arm of metal, 1 of stone, 1 of almost normal human skin, and 1 of what seems to be the remains of a burned corpse. And all over its body, it repeats the same pattern of just being nothing they have ever seen before. Just, yeah,
So
something that was not completely made.
Yeah. So as a small explanation I'll give to you also, you've recently come into here, into Zaun essentially, and immediately you were already, I'll let you kind of say how that all happened, but you immediately pretty much got set up into going into the fighting pits.
Well, yes, Jinde came here on basically advice from the people he first met. As he wanted to find himself. He didn't really have a purpose of what they were, and so he arrived, at the ports of Zaun Piltover, and they aren't quite, people savvy. So when someone offered them the opportunity to make a name for themselves, they said, "Hey, great! I really want to get a name for myself," and said, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna go with you." And that unfortunately was, not quite a naming ceremony that they hoped for, but instead arena fights. So yeah, that's their first day in Zaun, just immediately getting thrown into a fighting pit.
Oh yeah, especially against that of what seems to be. Are you large? Yeah, you are.
Yes, I am.
Seeming to see somebody who might be bigger than you in build, but is probably is probably shorter, I would assume.
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
So it's in either shape, way, or form though. Well, actually, I'm also gonna say one quick thing here, since you have actual tokens out. If anybody has tokens out and wants to emote, if they look on the left, they have a little happy face. You can make them do stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out because it's funny. Yeah, that's probably one of the ones that don't work as a sword. You have to click it again to make it go away. But actually getting into this though, I will let you guys essentially play this out however you want. If you want to go like a couple of rounds in actual combat, you can. If you want to RP it, you can. As well as if you guys want to hype up the crowd as much as you want, you can do that. I'm pretty much leaving it up to you guys. They're pretty much excited to see a bloodbath though.
Let's see. I think we just do non-lethal damage to each other, yeah, and just do actual combat.
If you want to do, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Carl will fight, but Carl will not, kill. He doesn't see the purpose in it. He just met you.
Yeah. Wait, quick question. Is there usually do people usually kill each other in underground pits, or is it just whoever just gets knocked out?
It's kind of whichever. So they'll allow killing, but it's like usually people get killed either by accident or because it was like a super hardcore battle.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just say whoever gets knocked out first, you know?
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Uh,
This is initiative.
I wasn't trying to roll you guys.
Yeah, let me actually roll initiative as well.
Yeah. Now you guys should be on the combat tracker. Please go ahead and actually roll your initiative.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
And y'all said I wasn't gonna have fighting in a pit.
Yeah. Immediately, obviously. Wait, did it roll for me?
Let's see. I rolled a 11.14. I don't know why it's doing the
Huh? I didn't roll either.
That's a no. I don't. That's me putting you guys on the initiative. You guys need to actually roll the initiative.
Can you?
Okay.
Okay, for some reason it doesn't fucking roll for me. I'm very sorry.
It also doesn't roll for me. What?
Yeah.
That's being a little bit weird. So, actually, can you guys be able to click on yourselves, and then click on the on your left side of your screen? There should be a double sword icon. It should have
Yes.
with that of the combat organ HUD, which is
Alright, let me. Okay, that's a 17. Yeah, that's my roll.
E.
Why is it? Okay.
Let's like I'm on my character sheet and I'm clicking on the initiative thing.
Yeah, no. Go to the left side, close to character sheet. Go to the left side, and on the blue double sword, toggle Argon combat HUD.
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then on the bottom left, slightly over your character, you should have to write the D20 for rolled initiative, and that works.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so you go first. Dan.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Alright, how far? This is like what, 40 feet? Let me measure this out.
I mean, I would have assumed you guys were walking up to each other slowly before the fight
Oh,
started.
yes.
but I-
Just menacingly, yeah.
Menacingly. Yeah.
I'm just walking, I'm not even sprinting.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay.
That's just what that's what the new founder up
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
also you
so-
can also press, I think it's either G or F to flip the tokens. So it's that.
Yeah. Alright, so Astolius, he's like his eyes is going to glow red. He's going to like huff and puff, alright? And bonus action, he's going to go into a rage.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You're fucked, huh? Let's see. Let me just rage on. Alright. And then he is going to just put rage in. He's going to basically he's going to like charge head first with his horns, and he's basically going to impale you with his horns. Alright, his horns are sharp as fuck. Alright.
Let's hope
but-
not.
Yeah, so he's going to and here we go. And then yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
can I do reckless attack? Can I do reckless attack?
Didn't you use your bonus action to rage?
Reckless attack.
No, reckless attack is a free action.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a free
reaction.
action.
You can just say it's reckless.
Yeah, can I? Am I able to do reckless here?
Well, I was next time say it beforehand, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll again for advantage.
Yes.
That's a 9. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
No, unfortunately, it does not.
Alright, yeah. I'm just going. I have to be within 5 feet of you. Alright, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of my
Okay.
turn.
Again,
Already?
again, I'll let you explain however the fight is going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you do get
So you-
advantage because I did reckless attack.
Yeah.
So
Okay. You know, You charge at me. You charge at Jinde, and he just steps back at the right moment, and you can't quite reach him when you pull your head back up. And let me just check my abilities. Very sorry. And he raises his fourth sword, and he will. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, he'll use his main action to just strike at you
Alright.
with his sword. So that's that. With advantage. That's a 22 to hit.
Jesus.
Jeez, what is your bonus? Yeah, that hits, yeah.
This is an optimized spell, I'm very sorry.
Alright, so that is...
For 9 slashing.
Alright, so that is... I'm resistant to that while I'm raging, so that will be... Do we round up or down for damage?
Round down, I think, usually, but I don't know.
Okay,
That's
so...
I think our
Yeah.
I think
4.
Runarcana does round down.
Alright, so that'll be 4
So
damage to me.
Yes. Okay. And that's the main strike. But then, with this bonus action, as I do have 3 more limbs, I will make 3 more attacks. 2 of which I have a malus at.
Alright.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ.
It's 25.
Yeah, that hits, yeah. Ain't no way you can do 3 attacks, like, holy.
This is fucking stupid, by the way.
Alright, yeah, that...
For an 18 to hit.
18?
Third
What do
attack.
Yeah, that hits, yeah. Damn, what is your modifier? You get plus
Do you have a
9?
+9?
Yes, I do.
Plus 9, god damn.
Fuck me, dude. Jesus Christ.
And the
Yeah.
16 to hit.
AC is 16 for me, so yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I need to like keep track of how much damage I take on.
Oh, that's no worries.
Yeah, y'all basically came
Was
up to,
4,
started running up to each
5.
other, not running up to each other, casually walking up to each other, and then started having a fight. There's swings going around. Some were missing, some
I
were slashing.
think I'm missing 1
There's
damage
that,
roll.
some pounding
Yeah.
trying to go on, and
Or-
it's just back and forth.
So okay,
Yes.
Damn, wait, you have a 20 in strength. That's crazy. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so that's another. Okay, so that's 7 plus 26, and then okay, so I am at I think 18 hit points. Okay.
Could be, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's my turn. I'm very sorry. I really like building characters, and this is not the first time I'm doing so in Runarcana.
Okay.
And that's my turn, yes. Just-
Alright, so yeah. Yeah, Asterius, he's going to have like red runic energy, like seeping out of his nostrils and seeping out of his nose. And he is going to give me 1 second. Yeah, he's going to use his Steal Life feature. Basically, he does 1d8 increased damage for my next melee attack, and I recover half of the damage dealt.
All right.
Alright, so he's going to make an attack on you. Give me 1 second.
Reckless or not?
Yeah, I have to do reckless here, so I'm going to do it with
Okay.
advantage. Dude, I am rolling like ass today. Hello?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is. He just
Better
has
change
such a
them
plus.
Yeah.
Wait, did that show on the thing?
It rolled, but it doesn't show.
It did not
For
show.
some reason.
Oh?
Can't tell you why.
Let me.
What the fuck?
Wait, it's not showing.
It's shown now.
I'm rolling,
Uh,
but it ain't showing.
Are you in are you in public role?
Yeah,
the
I'm
bottom?
on. Yeah, I'm on public roll, and I'm using my horns attack on you.
I don't get it. Foundry being weird? Not too? Yeah.
So,
Is it? It worked before. I'm confused. Okay, now it doesn't.
Yeah. I still don't see it. Oh wait, no. Now I see something. 23 to it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why doesn't
that hit?
Why didn't it show earlier? Yeah, that
Oh
does
no.
hit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that does it. Alright, so that would be 2d6 plus 1d. Okay, so 2d6 and actually can I like manually do it because I have to include rage and
manually do
other stuff. Can I manually can I just like do 2d6 plus like
If you look
I
in the
have to
Find it
chat,
out.
if you look in the chat,
Yeah.
go to where it says damage, click damage, and then where it's like where it's telling you the number, there you should be able to like add a number.
Yes.
for damage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 2d. Okay, and then. Okay. Wait, was that? Wait, what was the roll on this? This was a 18. Okay.
Yes.
I need to make sure. I need to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you take
What the fuck,
24,
man?
24 piercing damage. I heal 12.
Okay, I'm at 10 HP. That's. We're just beating the fuck out of each other. Holy
the crowd's
shit.
loving it.
I should have used my reaction, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay. Did you do this reckless?
I
Um,
did. I think Natsu rolled for me because
Yeah,
it wasn't
so-
working for me.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
rolled the thing,
Did you roll
Okay.
1 die or 2 dice?
and, I just rolled the one now.
Ooh.
Damn.
I mean-
Okay.
I tried to roll twice, and I just went with the one. So.
Alright, so I guess it wasn't a reckless one if you just rolled 1. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't.
I mean, you're still gonna hit me. Like, dude, you have 9 shield. Like, my man.
Yeah.
He said it's
Okay.
your turn.
So, yeah. And I'm going to use it. And I'm going to, once again, just strike you with the long swords.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a straight roll for, just
Ooh.
not one. First one.
Ooh.
Uh,
Yeah.
Second one
Okay.
is a
Yeah, that definitely
27 to hit. Yeah.
definitely hits.
For, let's see, 9 damage. By the way,
Yeah.
so that's 4 for you. I
Yeah.
also have Stone Skin active, which means I heal 1d4 at the start of my turn.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm gonna explain to you
I just-
the nat ones, and I do
Uh-oh.
try to do something for them, but I'm only saying
Okay.
it because in this instance, you would essentially it wouldn't affect you too much. But for right now, it's like on the nat 1, the sword you were swinging with that arm proceeds to kind of like go dig into the dirt. So now your weapon is
Yeah.
slightly into the dirt, and you would need to have to actually grab and pull it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Just no, I'm gonna worry about that next round.
Yeah, I figured
And,
you wouldn't worry about it this round.
Yeah, because of my Runic pulse, I think, Soul Eater, I am going to recover half of my proficiency bonus rounded up. So I'm gonna heal 1 more HP from
This
the
is
hit.
a battle of nutrition.
Yes, and for 2
Did you just
more
say
attacks.
nutrition?
Yeah.
It's a battle for eating your
That-
vegetables.
That's
Eat your veggies.
crazy.
They're
Yeah, 16
nutritious,
hits.
don't you know? That's a cow
Yes.
right there. It might
I
be a
mean,
male
have
cow,
you
that's a nice
watched
cow.
Popeye the Sailor Man?
For 15, and 1 last attack
Wait,
Also-
it does 15 damage? Oh, Jesus, holy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And a 21
fucking
to hit for fucking 10. Yeah.
Wait.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, give me 1 second. So 19.
Yeah, no worries.
So wait, so 19 and then 5. Wait. Okay. Okay, so I'm at 14 health now. Okay. Yeah, I'm going
Damn,
to.
so many still.
So
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to put out, by the way, that you have to acknowledge. I know it's how it's worded, but for the Soul Eater, it's how much damage you actually do is what you're healing. And
Wait, what?
I say that because he is raging.
Oh.
Wait, it's how much I.
Oh.
Seriously?
It's not how much you do. I'm saying it's reading it. I'm saying it's based on how much damage you are doing. I think, right?
Yeah.
No, I think Soul Eater is just when you hit a melee attack, you recover half of your proficiency bonus rounded up
never
as hit
mind,
points.
Never mind. I was thinking of a different
Alright.
ability. You're good.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that
so-
wouldn't be too broken.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
thinking of there's a different ability that's stronger. Don't worry about it.
God damn it.
Alright, so, Alright, so I'm at 1 Battle Fury, for each, wait,
Okay.
wait, quick question, is Battle Fury how much, like, I hit, or is just, like, in general, like, how much people hit? Is it,
I think it's how much you hit, isn't it?
it says receive Fury for each attack that hits, up to a maximum of 5.
That's
Yeah.
you hit. That's you. That's
Okay,
the-
okay.
you're hitting.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to recklessly attack you.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just. Okay, hopefully this works this time. Otherwise, it would be big Sag. Okay. It doesn't. I don't know why it's not working. Like I'm doing public roll and it's not working.
I mean, it was a 15 plus.
Yeah, it was a 15, and then
Okay.
plus,
I'm.
plus that'll be 20. 20.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to use my reaction, and this time it's Jinde who actually glows in a runic glow, and I use shield to give me +2 to AC for 2 turns,
You have
and resistance to the
shield
damage
heal.
type. Yes,
Oh,
which
resistance.
means it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
hit, and also +2 AC, which means this attack doesn't hit me because I then have an AC of 21.
Okay.
That's my fucking rune, by the way, not any spell.
Okay. Do I have anything else, or am I fucked here?
Go and see, but you cannot win against destiny.
Oh wait, you use your reaction, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Solian, he kind of sees that this guy, like he's been like, he's kind of been fucked up by this guy. So he's going to use his 40 feet of movement, to kind of like go all the way to the edge of the map here.
Yes.
And he's going kind of like, just vibe and just not like attack. He's going to go like here, which is 40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that
Okay,
is the end of his turn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Shinda will use this movement, which is right now 60 feet.
Alright. Are you going to pick up your
to-
weapon?
Yes, also, right. Natsu, what's the weapon pickup? Is it an action or?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to fix the horns. Weapon dropping. I know dropping your weapon's a free action. I'm gonna say picking it up would be a bonus action, but it would actually be a full action to take it out because I said it dug deep, like just a little bit deep into it, where you would have
Okay.
to actually pull and take it out.
I mean, in that case, I will use my action to pull it out and equip it, and I'm going to use my movement to run after the Minotaur And
Menacing meets menacing.
Yeah.
yes,
My guy's just upside down for some reason. Give me 1 second.
yes.
It's because it's the direction that you
Backflipping.
go. I don't.
Yeah.
It's some new update with Foundry. It's like you're gonna look
Alright.
where you're going.
Yeah. So this should be yes. No, fuck's sake. No, no, right. And I think could I as a free action kind of raise my weapon and then stop the first of the strikes and just turn to the announcer. I do not wish to fight any further. This match has been decided.
You see that of people in the crowd somewhat starting to boo as they want more. But Asterius, are you like not wanting to fight anymore?
What does an announcer say? When the guy says it.
He doesn't actually say anything. He's looking at Asterius. You're the champion.
Yeah. Let's see. You have your bonus action left, right?
Yes.
And you can use 3 attacks for a bonus action. That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
It is, yeah. It is stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Asterius is going to be like, perhaps this. He's going to go like full on like me do not like this person. Me want to fight.
Wait, you said
And
you,
also-
you don't like the person you don't want to fight?
No. I'm saying that like so Asterius like you know like as from his time in the pits he usually fights like some weakling, and now that he actually has a fighter who is actually good, he wants to prove his skill in battle. So Asterius is going to be, I will not surrender. I will fight you until one of us is knocked out.
The silence fills out of the arena for a few moments as you hear that of cheers going on. Yeah, we love you, Asterius, a champion. They're going crazy as the announcers hyping it up. It looks like he's not down for the count. Our champion's trying to prove his spot. And at that moment in time, you are ready. You pretty much ready yourself for that of a next attack or anything about how you're gonna go about. However, this is where we are going to end combat, as whether you guys would finish this fight or not doesn't matter anymore, considering you hear boom coming in, boom from another side, boom coming in from another side, as it seems like multiple places are being bursted pretty much open. Not like an explosion, but at least that sound of like doors being kicked down as you hear, it's the police! Run! This place is being taken over and ran over by police at this very moment.
Oh fuck.
Is this
Hold up, wait a minute.
a good occurrence?
Just a second. I got a picture.
Oh.
Hello.
This is gonna be fun.
It's like a few different people, but they're like a few different types of enforcers. But you see that these enforcers are equipped. Here we go. These enforcers, they're equipped.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think you can take
love
them.
those.
I think you can take them.
Goofy ass.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the Toon Force.
You're gonna say that to these guys too?
No.
Yeah.
I told you
No, I
there are
just-
multiple different types
he'll-
of enforcers coming in.
Yeah.
I only saw the first one.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna look. Oh, I'm going to look to the man or the forward swordsman or forward sword person, and Asalius is going to be like, me want to continue this battle, but me do not want to be locked up in the cage. We should. I'll finish this out the next time. And then Asalius is just going to book it. She's going to book it like outside of the arena.
Did you give me the did you give the dust in the wind type of run? Are you
No,
bold?
dude. Wait, hold on. Is the cage like locked? Like how do we enter? Did like is it like a cage?
I'll say on the other side. So you guys are actually funnily very lucky. On the other side, it would have been locked on this right side because that's where Zin came from. But
Yeah.
so they don't really know him. He's a new contestant, but they have your side is unlocked because they trust you essentially. They know you.
Can I knock down the door like just to show my strength and to this forward swordsman guy? Like, can I break down the door while running away?
You can explain how.
Tell me what you're made of.
Yeah. What role would that be?
Oh, you don't even gotta roll. You can just explain however you want.
Oh yeah. So so this Minotaur, he's going to like he's going to be like a track runner where he's going to like like stomp his hoof into the ground like 3 times, alright? And then he's going to take a dash action into the door, alright, into the cage, and then he's just going to break it open with his horns.
You kind of like this, the noise of like, you don't hear it at first coming up as you're charging at it, and then it sounds like that of the breaking as multiple pieces come flying off.
Yeah.
You could hear that as you're getting further and further. You could hear that the distance of people. People are kind of like screaming for help, screaming for help, or like let me go, that type of stuff. As you hear cease and desist, cease and desist.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll turn around once I break the door to the forward swordsman. I was like, me respect strength. You strength. Come with me.
All right. You just put his swords away. Just walk after him. He doesn't really have an idea of what's going on, but seems like a good time to leave.
Yep. You guys
Yes.
proceeding on to leave. I need to figure out something.
That was a good fight. Asterius?
Yeah, Asterius is going to be like he's gonna like flex. He's gonna size him up. Alright, he's gonna he's gonna size.
Ready for
the
round
guy
2?
up. Yeah, and be like, oh yes, me like fight. What is challenger's name?
People call me Shinde, but I wish to find a name for myself. It doesn't quite fit.
Asterius is going to try to name he's going to try like find like a name as for him, and he's gonna be like, you 4 swordsmen.
4 swordsmen.
Yes, that is name. Me like name.
4 swordsmen. Yes, this is a name I will take. But I shall find myself one.
As you guys are kind of talking and still escaping, I got what I need. So you guys, at the moment, this is a very, very funny thing to me, so bear with me. You guys are like running away from what you see like you guys kind of like look back a little bit, maybe even to like see that of one person behind y'all going like, freeze, here. And you can even start
I
to
am
hear
not cold.
hefty running. And as you guys are looking back, you are seeing that of someone in a police uniform, but that to be half the size, if not smaller, than most of the other enforcers. One with
Oh,
that
no.
who seem to be having fur all around.
Wait, I love him.
And he's like, "Get back here!" As you can see, he's even trying to like run with like some handcuffs, but like he's basically waddling compared to you guys who are big giants that are running. He's running, and as he's running, he's like, "I need help, back up!" And as he's saying, "Back up, back up," you look away for a few moments, and then you look back, and then you see like 5 more enforcers, 6 more enforcers, 8 more enforcers, 10 more enforcers. Like they're starting to swarm. Whoever this guy is probably important, but whether that means something or not, you guys are in a lot of trouble. However, luckily
Oh, no.
enough, you guys see that of a door open and potentially that of a wave in, almost as if they're trying to help you escape.
Yeah. Let's see. So Astalius is like he's doing like he's literally just doing a charge like through a straight line. Like he's not looking anywhere. Like he's just going through the door. He doesn't really care. Like he's just going to like ram. Like he's just going to like charge headfirst. You know.
Our poor
Head-
saviors are gonna get
First
gored
where?
Yeah.
anywhere, everywhere.
No, like where
Like-
are you heading? Like what are you doing?
Oh no, I'm just dashing through the open door.
Or are you just
and,
going
like
in? Okay.
yeah, head first. Anyone who gets in my way is just going to eat horns. Alright.
So
Oh no.
I'm assuming the other person would also follow, but I'm gonna ask for a
sure.
dexterity saving throw from
Oh god.
from that of one of the only 2 people left that haven't been introduced. The only guy that would be in Zaun right now. Would you please introduce yourself with a dexterity saving throw?
Rest in fucking peace, soldier. It was nice not knowing you, I guess. Didn't even get a chance, homie.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
That's fucking hilarious. Objectively one of the funniest things.
Instantaneous murder.
Without even knowing them, no introduction, nothing, just death.
All right, start rolling death saving
so
throws.
hard.
No, I just
Start rolling death saving throws.
no, I just need a dexterity saving throw. It ain't that difficult, right? You got it.
Mhm.
Wait, for what's the AC on the what's the DC for that?
Let me check
I mean-
and see. But yeah, buddy, would you like to introduce your character?
If they're still alive.
Soon to be corpse.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be me? What am I doing in Zaun?
I told you. I texted you. I said it's basically nighttime.
A deck save?
Yes, sir.
If you could please introduce your dead corpse to the party.
Where did
You
Ooh.
essentially see okay. So I'm gonna explain this to you as I was playing.
Looney
So-
Tune ass did this.
Whatever you would have been doing during the day is whatever. It's pretty much like closing to near midnight at this point, as that's generally when like the fighting is also like they get really rowdy and stuff. But
I don't watch those.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way. You proceed about your day. However, like you're like about to like get yourself home, and then you see that of a bunch. I mean, like a bunch of enforcers down here for some reason. So you pretty much assumably
Not something I did.
not something that you did, no. But you essentially, assumably, were trying to keep away from the police. And
Mhm.
with as many police as there is around, you're pretty much just sneaking around a little bit. And the more and more you sneak around, the more and more you even see more of them. And you're like, this is
Jesus
crazy at this point. And especially
What is going on?
but here's the thing. We get to a point where some like stuff is happening nearby. You can hear that of screams, a lot of screams, gunshots going on, yelling going on. And after basically really a few moments, to at least what it feels like to you, you are essentially getting into that of pretty much a secret passageway that you know. And as you're about to, you hear the words of some people that are essentially having somewhat of a chat as you kind of like small like peek out to kind of like see, you see that of a some bigger fellows, yes. However, they don't look at all, at least neither of them look at all Piltover and Piltovian at all. And you can see that the forces behind them. Now, here's the thing. I'm not gonna give you the reasons why you should help them, but I'm gonna tell you, as a person, as a GM player here, you have a plethora of reasons to want to help them, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's Zaun. Fucking goddamn. Now I gotta show one of my secret passages to. Yeah, I'll open up the passage and I'll like stick my hand out to like try and wave them without the enforcers seeing.
And as you do, you see within moments as that door is open, boom, 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 that of a minotaur coming straight at you.
Jesus!
You basically barely jump like back, so you're gonna be inside, but you basically barely jump back to the side out of the way as it seems like a stampede just fucking came through.
Thank God I'm short.
You said short.
As soon as they're both in, I slam the door closed behind them while squeezing myself to the wall so I don't get stampeded.
The room isn't like super small either, but now that you're pretty much what seems to be like in a somewhat dead end room, it feels like you know exactly where you're going as you look down to see that of pretty much like a rug over like a big cellar. But when you open up the cellar of it, you already know to kind of like hold your breath a little bit.
Wait,
We're going to the sewers.
Wait, I have a quick question. How tall is the door?
It's not a
yes,
it's not
good
a door,
question,
it's
good
a
question.
hole. And it is
it's a hole?
it is big enough. It is like barely big enough for
Okay.
you guys to fit
Thank
through.
God.
Okay, it's because I would have just crossed that door if it wasn't big enough.
Easy, big fellas. You
Yeah.
see, you see like a girl that's like 5'1".
Yeah. Do I see the girl opening the door?
Well, I'm the one that waved you through.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be like.
I think somebody's in there. Open up.
I'll be.
No one's in here.
Yeah. I'll be like.
You say that?
Yes, I say that out loud.
Well, if you said it, no one must be in.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look at the short woman and be like, oh, tiny person, me have thanks. You come with us now. There's police.
You're in my secret passage, buddy. Yeah.
I just
have tacos later.
can I just like hoist her up on my shoulder? Like, is that possible?
No.
I kind of just imagine like trying to pick up a cat that doesn't look to
We'll
be
show
held
off
and just like
Jeez.
squirming.
And we'll show off the picture, by the way, if you didn't already explain
Ow.
how you really look.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like
Oh, nice.
I'm like 5'1". I appear to be human.
Oh God.
I look
yeah.
like I'm like at most 20 years old. And for Zaun, I'm wearing pretty nice clothes, seemingly, and like gold
Well,
chains.
you see this weird, way too big fucking almost statue without a face just bow before you. This fiend there greets you.
Yeah,
Just
greetings.
waits.
We gotta go.
Actually, like, yeah, you technically do have to go, but I will say you are in pretty much the secret like tunnel area, stuff like that, so you don't have to worry too much because I assumed you would have hid like the entrance back up and everything as you went down. So
We can talk. We can talk while we walk through these sewers. Where are you trying to go? I know how to get anywhere in Zaun.
as you say that,
I want to find a name.
as you say that,
I don't
a
know, the
s-
hospital. That's where moms name kids, right?
Yeah. Um.
uh,
What is a
Asterius.
hospital?
Yeah. So yeah, Sirius is going to just like look at the two of you, and he's going to address the tiny woman and be like, yes, me thinks we should go, and then Sirius is just going to fall down down the secret passage.
See, here's the thing is like you guys can
Oh,
pretty much say that you guys leave together at any way point in time, but I'm saying at some point in this place in the sewers, um, you all are gonna notice if something kind of falls out of like Asterius, wherever you would like put like a letter that somebody wrote you, like wherever you would have put it on your body, it kind of like fell off
yeah.
and now is like on the floor.
It
Sirius is
seems
going
you
to
have
be
lost something.
yeah. Sirius is going to pick up and identify the lost thing or something that he dropped.
I'm just going to immediately assume the reason why you still have it is because you can't really read it because it is in like it's in like not specifically like Piltover or Zonat, like it's more of like in common so you understand, but it's
Mhm.
in that cursive. It's in that cursive, you know what I'm talking about? That's so not understandable.
All right.
Doctor
Yeah.
Scratch.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sirius is going to be like, me can't read, and he's going to like
so much.
he's going to show to the he's going to show it to the other two people that he's met, and he's going to say, please read.
Actually, I guess I can read 2 languages.
Can I
Um,
can I read this?
Oh,
yeah. Let's see.
so
Can we read it?
I'm gonna
What is it?
say I'm gonna say Zed, you still might not, just because again, it's still
Fair.
you're technically still
Early. Yes.
neuter comparative to this, but like yes,
Some words. Yes.
the last person here, yes, can read it, even though it is like really anal to read because you're like you already know some rich newbie probably Piltoven like wrote this.
Give it here, big fella. I'll read it for you.
Just
Yeah,
completely helpless.
dude, Sirius, like he doesn't have a sense of like how big and how short are people, so he kind of just drops it on your head, and it'll be like, me give you paper, you read now.
Yeah. I'll unroll and read this scroll.
Um, Also, it's not really a scroll; it's just kind of like a folded up paper at this point. But yeah, um, let me.
Can't wait for this guy to drop a brick on my head. Doesn't know
This
how to hand
I'm
something.
not
Just gonna.
going.
No, he's gonna throw a brick as hard as he can at you.
I'm not going to tell you. Um. I'm not gonna tell you what it like exactly says. So I'm just gonna give you the gist here. But it essentially is a paper. Um. That it was a paper that seems to be sent. Only it seems to be recently sent ago. Like if you were to ask him He probably got the paper like a day or two ago, and this letter seems to kind of contain some some uh it basically kind of contains the same thing as the flyer I was talking about earlier, where it's seems to be that of somebody asking to help better that of the future, and how uh basically Asterius would be needed if not, or sorry, it would be wanted if not needed at least into bettering that future. So it seems to almost be a sort of invitation. Um, Now, the thing that, again, may or may not trigger some people in some shape, way, or form, you see it is signed by that of Victor. Now,
This guy got it.
I got.
This guy's
I
all is built different. I
I
hear me out.
I read the letter and look at Asterion. Look back at the letter. Look back at Asterion. Um, it
What the
wants you
fuck?
to be a freedom fighter. I think is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah. I try
so
to read like, oh yeah, go ahead.
so I like I'm gonna explain some things because this is something you would actually know since you've been in Piltover and Zaun, probably at least Zaun for a long while, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you would know this. So this Victor who is asking for help, like you've heard of stuff that's happened from that of Victor in the past. However, it is a really funny coincidence because yes, this person is Victor, um as that is his name, but he is essentially that of a different person. He just unfortunately had, potentially the unfortunate first name of Victor, and even though he's also wants to build machines and help that of humanity in some shape or way or form, it just sounded really weird when you put it together. But you know what? It's also been really hard to kind of truly be in contact with him, even if you had questions, because he's constantly all about. But the thing that's most important to kind of note from this Victor is that he, as I have said in the kind of like the beginning of the story, has been trying to help that of Zonites uh basically survive and still try to keep that of peace. So he's, even though he's from Piltover, he's seen in Zon as kind of a great person.
So you get an invite and I don't. That's fun.
Yeah. I try to like read the name Victor, and I'll be like, me don't know Victor. Is Victor food?
I mean,
We love him.
anything is edible if you're brave enough, but I don't think it's particularly food.
If you're brave
Uh,
enough.
me eat all kinds of things. Me never eat a Victor.
Do you eat humans?
He kind of looks at he looks at the 5'1" tiny woman. Maybe.
Um,
Not my circus, not my monkeys. Let's go.
you basically
I
adopted
love this
two
group
of
so much.
them.
So now what I'm also going to explain to you, where it tells you to meet, is essentially for you guys from this point in time, it's essentially asking you to meet uh basically the next night. But it's specifically where it's asking you to go to seems to be that of the somewhat more newly rebuilt the bar, that of the last drop. And that
This
is where
letter,
and
this
that
letter
is
Equivalent.
specifically, this letter specifically addressed to Starion, right?
yes, but it still would have the same contents as what some of the flyers kind of have been about.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, but this is pretty much kind of the end of the scene. So if you guys want to do any Arcane talk before I switch over, that is up to you.
Let's see. Do we get a short rest from just like walking down the tunnel?
Yes, we have
Where
I mean,
are
I'm
we going?
sure.
Oh,
Well,
What?
I'm taking us to the end of this sewer, and then we can go. You guys can go wherever you want.
Ooh,
Solius is going to be like, ooh, me have eaten rats. Is there rats in sewer?
Of course, there's rats in the sewer. Yes, it's a sewer.
what is a sewer?
It
Is a
has
sewer just a tunnel?
Oh my god.
it's come to your attention.
I love these fucking idiots.
It's come to
So
your
much.
attention very quickly. These people might not even know where to go.
Well, I'm gonna take him to the end, and then, I mean, I'm not gonna babysit him. I'm gonna split off with them. I don't know these guys.
No, you won't.
No, you. What do you mean? No, you won't. Am I being kidnapped? Am I being kidnapped?
You tell me.
Is that a real question?
You look pretty. We're getting
Tiny,
You might
tiny
be
5
kidnapped.
foot compared to the 14 feet monstrosity. Like, am I being kidnapped? That's not a question. That's a statement.
You're not kidnapped. It's voluntary.
Dude, Australia's
Almost.
Australia's is going to like. Can I do a perception check to see if there's any rats?
They're rats.
God damn it. The rat hunter.
Can I minor illusion a rat for a stereotype?
Yeah.
Real quick, would the rats be poisonous? Considering
No.
Dawn.
Dude, Asterius
Motherfucker would give you some diseases.
wouldn't know that. He's just going to eat a rat.
Oh, I'm fully aware. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Holy
Let's see.
shit.
Wait, so are you going to do the minor illusion thing?
Yeah.
Alright. So I see a rat just like walking around, and I'll try to pick it up. Realizes Asterius can't pick it up.
No, I'm gonna have it scurry away from you every time you get close to it.
Dude, I'm a dash to the rat. Like, I don't think you want to. I can do 80 feet of movement. I don't think you can run away from me.
Sorry.
Well, when
I
it
thought
goes
you
up the
said
wall.
I thought you said 280, and I was about to shit.
No,
my
no, no,
280
no,
feet of
Oh my
movement.
god.
No, yeah. Let's see. I don't think it's faster than 80 feet. At least I don't think so.
At least I,
mean,
don't think so.
Technically, I can put it on the ceiling, but no.
Dude,
It's
I'm
fair.
going.
He can move it. He can move it however
Yeah.
fast he wants.
For,
It's only an illusion after all.
it's
Like a cat chasing a laser.
Yeah.
I'm.
Razor.
Wait, you're going to put it up on the ceiling, like just like like
Yeah.
having-
Yeah.
dude. Sirius is going to go into a rage. Then he's going to
no.
he's going to jump and with his horns he's going to try to impale the rat in the ceiling.
You're just gonna hang from the fucking ceiling.
Yeah, am I able to do
Horns
that?
in the ceiling, you know. God.
Natsu, am I able to do that? Is that possible?
This is
Bunch
the
of
greatest.
bullshit.
RJ, this is your
This is the
you're free to do what you
greatest.
want, but it's an illusion, I think, right?
Yeah. So yeah, would I be stuck in the ceiling with my horns?
As you do that, I have the minor illusion like explode into pieces like you hit it.
It'll be- yeah, I'll be like, this rat is sneaky. That's it.
All right, big guy, let's get out of here.
No,
Were you successful, brother Asterius?
Me can't handle small things. Small things are fast. And I immediately dart towards the 5'1" tiny woman.
This one doesn't
That's
seem so fast.
terrifying.
Yeah. Me think the tiny woman is not fast.
Are you going to catch her instead?
Um.
People told me it's not nice to catch other people. At least not when you're as tall as me.
Asali is just going to reply with, me, me think food is food.
Oh no.
Other
All
people
right,
aren't
I
food.
can scene cut. I can scene cut here.
Okay.
Okay.
We see who this is. C cut. C dead. All right.
Please, please, please.
It's technically C cut because as you guys essentially going through that of the sewers, might have some difficult times kind of getting through at certain places because of still trying to avoid that of police, so you don't want to end up at certain places that might be shown up near them. So taking a little bit of time with that. So as we end scene there, we are going to go, instead of below, back up to a fantastic place. Not and not by any shape, way, or the form a scary place to be at. As heading up there, this is essentially like that of the um basically uh I'm gonna say the while all that was happening, this is essentially a little bit before that, so like the actual day that's going on. And during this actual day, I would like to ask that of this last person here to explain to me that of this place, as well as that of you essentially waking up, explaining your character at all as you want, any
Absolutely.
routines that you got to do, and stuff like that.
So, sat right along the farthest reaches of Piltover, in what is probably one of the largest wide open areas of owned land, is a massive graveyard. It is pretty much where any Piltover worth their salt goes to die or be buried, really. And in the farthest corner, surrounded by some trees, is a just terrible looking manor. Like, if you could make something look haunted, this would look worse than that. It is a twisted mass of brick and wood in a kind of Victorian style aesthetic, but with some very beautiful detailed parts to it. It's got the kind of appearance that a house would have if it had existed for generations and kept having more be built on top of it, and more and more and more. It should not be standing by all senses of reality, but something is keeping it together. Despite its somewhat skinny base, it spreads out to a decent length on most sides, with a twisting tower in the back and some very, very nice. Let me actually pull up my notes for this. Some very nice detailed work along the outer brick and wooden walls. The house itself stands at about 8 stories tall from the base floor, and is fucking massive, to say the least. Surrounded by a very wide brick fence, with poodle impalers, or the spiked metal fences. It's spooky. To put it simply, it's spooky.
I
But
definitely will say a mist also just surrounds the
yeah,
place naturally.
absolutely. There's twisted, gnarled oaks that you swear creak and shift. It's surrounded by a little bit of a forest along the outer edges of Piltover and the graveyard itself. The further you go in to get to the house, it's like going into the ocean because it doesn't get. It just gets darker. The trees get taller, and then when you finally get there, you feel like you are in a place that should not exist. It is terrifying, but it has its own charms. There is, in certain places, if you know where to look, great, just grand depictions of colored art of flowers and roses. There's vines growing along the side of the building. There's all different kinds of manner of things. And at the highest point, with the tower, there is a light turned on. For Maury Sinclair has just awoken. She usually has a very strict schedule. She never deviates from it unless she absolutely must. Pretty much just immediately wakes up, makes her bed, takes a shower, gets ready, and then goes and does her own things. Gets some breakfast, spends 2 hours in her workshop doing whatever she needs to. And after that, she assists her father at the family morgue. Because yes.
You notice during this day that any family member that you like per se interact with, they seem incredibly nice to you today. And not to say they aren't like normally nice, I just mean like a lot more nice than they would usually be.
Probably takes a mental note of it, but leaves it at that because her family is fucking weird. She just goes through the basics of whatever she has to do that day. If it's fixing up something that's broken or worn out from the years, or if it's assisting her father in tending to and taking care of whatever bodies have been delivered. And sometimes that could also mean assisting her sister with the boutiques and the flowers, helping them arrange whatever decorations are needed for an upcoming funeral or anything else of that matter.
My apologies. I'm gonna have to say you can keep going and talking about as much as you want, but it sounds like some noise is happening. I need to check it out, so I'll be right back.
Totally. So to give you guys a little bit of a history, basically, the Sinclair family is a very long-standing family within Piltover. It's basically been the people that have done funerals for as long as there has been history there. And much of the child cries. Actually, I don't mind waiting. Because I'm almost actually done with her art for her appearance. But I have just lost my glove. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There are just some people arguing outside.
Yeah. God. That shit happens all the time. I'm so happy we play late. For me, anyways, because people are so fucking loud during the days.
It's 5 a.m.
Yes, I hope no.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Genuinely, what the fuck?
I'm actually quite awake right now.
Yeah,
Also, I want to play D&D, and this is a good time because I don't usually do things at like 5 a.m. So
I'm
man's
still
almost
hearing
blind.
screaming outside, so great.
That's rough.
No, but should be good. Anyways, where did you leave off?
Basically, she's just assisting her family wherever she is needed. And I will say, throughout her routine, she very rarely interacts with anybody outside of the family. If there's family that are visiting, running through things, she just leaves that to her father or her sister. She rarely ever socializes. But she does usually stick by to listen to any rumors, anything that she could gather, any interesting details on what might have led to the death of the deceased. But anything like that, just assisting where is needed.
Just a second here. What would your father call her?
He would just call her Mori.
As you proceed to help work with your father, he pretty much goes, Maury, you don't have to worry about doing too much work here. It's a very slow day. Why don't you go have some fun, read a book, go outside?
My duty is to tend to the dead, and that is what I shall do. But if you truly wish to free me of this, then I will make my leave.
Go ahead. Just
And she,
be back tonight. Got some things to discuss.
I will do what I can. And she will leave, I guess.
As you're proceeding to leave, as you're proceeding to leave, you see that of your sister kind of staring at you a little bit by the door that you just recently left, as she seems somewhat concerned or worried.
She'll make her way over to her sister, because rarely would she ever pass up a moment to see what the fuck is up. Do you seem worried?
I'm just wondering where you're off to.
I have yet to make a decision, but I believe that I will be walking amongst the streets. I believe there are some errands I could run, a book I could gather. Whatever
Right.
needs to be done.
Yeah, well, just be careful out there, okay? You never know who's gonna be out in the streets.
Have there been things going on?
No, nothing. You even got a roll. You can tell she's like hiding something.
Yeah. If you are hiding something from me, I will not be very happy with you. You know I do not appreciate secrets where they do not need to be any.
She kind of like looks back for a second, goes, well, I'm gonna be needed inside, so we can talk more later. Just try to enjoy your day. As she proceeds to close the door back inside.
She'll make a mental note of that, and she will go back to her room, change into some much more suited clothes for what would be a, I guess, out in the city adventure, and get all decently prettied up, and then probably make her way out.
Understood. It's not.
Love.
I'll just point out it's not really as important as it would be for whenever you get back to the night back home. So I'll just say you can explain however your day goes and whatever you want to do.
So likely what would be going on with her is she might stop by a shop, might grab a little bit of lunch, probably go to the library, see if she can find another book on whatever probably absurd and crazy medical practices or malpractices that have happened within the last couple, I don't know, 100 years or so. Just kind of makes her way about. She probably doesn't try to interact much with anybody, but she's just trying her best to keep herself busy.
Keeping yourself busy in Piltover?
Pretty much. Just not.
It seems to be somewhat of a lack of guards today compared to what normally would be around, but it's whatever. Seems like a peaceful day.
It's a little suspicious on that, probably. And likely, probably trying to stick her nose maybe where it doesn't belong a little bit, trying to look around, see if there's anything behind that, kind of listening into conversations, seeing if there's any rumors of why there's such a little guard presence, because, well, it's a rare thing, I imagine. So if I could maybe roll an investigation or something?
Unfortunately, you would not be able to for this situation, as to get this information, you wouldn't really have access to it at this point in time. So it's literally just you kind of looking around, seeing that there are just less enforcers around. The enforcers, like if you try to ask them, they're not going to talk. Any talk between other people is usually that of nobilities talking with each other, or other people talking about Progress Day or some invention. It's built over at its finest.
Lovely. As always. Bunch of stuck-up people.
I will say though,
Danes.
you kind of see something on that on one of the like just random walls in Piltover, and it seems to be that of a flyer, a poster, one where that of a victor is looking for people to help.
She would definitely take an interest in that and probably pull one down.
You pull one down, and it definitely does seem, at least it seems maybe interesting to you, maybe not. In either case of the way, if it is interesting to you, you would have to head there tomorrow night.
Okay. She will stick that in one of her pockets and probably make her way back home, unless if something else catches her.
Not particularly.
And she will make her way back.
You make your way back home very easily. Where is it? You see that of any immediate family that would be there, as well as that of your sister and father here. And it's kind of weird because they wouldn't normally be all somewhat around in more of the living room area. So immediately something's up. As it's almost seems like they've been waiting for you, as when you walk in, you know, they're all kind of like looking at you.
Is there an event that I forgot? I do not understand why you're waiting for me.
You see your sister not really looking at you at this specific moment in time. She kind of like is looking down at the moment, but your father is looking at you as he kind of is the one that kind of chimes up here. As he kind of chimes up here. Maury, it's there's been some discussion between a few members, well, all of that of the family, as we've been asked to delegate that of some resources. And you've done fantastic work here. done great work here, and I couldn't ask for, well, anyone better to be in that of the family. Which is why I think it's best that you were chosen for this. You see as there's a small pause and everyone's kind of just waiting, a small gulp of that of some people. You you see we've been asked as that of one of the most higher standing families, and for a long time we've been asked not to do, well, dirty work per se. So this has somewhat become that of a first. Would us receiving this mission also seems quite strange, but we were asked of that. We were asked to send that over, of someone to be, well, someone to help that of a man named Victor. An apprenticeship of almost, you could put.
An apprenticeship to a man named Victor. Would I know anything of the Victor
So
that came
you've
before
been
the one that?
you've been in Piltover Zaun, or at least Piltover enough to have known of the events of Arcane, meaning you also know that there is a difference between the Victors. The issue is having somebody very similar pop up somewhat recently. It makes more sense that they want to potentially send someone in to essentially do spy work, is pretty much what it sounds like they're somewhat asking you to do. However, at the same time, they're more so asking you to learn from them, as they see you as that of a bright mind. As you usually seem to be more attentive with your work, you're the one that's usually more active with the work, trying to figure out things to do, being that of a problem solver. They're wanting to essentially give you a chance to actually make a true name for yourself, and not just as that of a member of the family, even though you will obviously carry that of the name of the family with you wherever you go.
And when am I departing?
Well, it seems you'll be meeting him tomorrow night with some other people. Well, hopefully, if there'll be other people.
So my role is to observe and see where things lie, yes?
Well, obviously observe, and if everything's off, notify us. But if nothing else, if he is really just a good man, I do want you to at least learn from him. He seems to have very important knowledge that could be a great benefit to everybody in the future.
And that is what I shall do. And if they don't have anything else to say, then she will probably head up to her room and immediately start packing her things.
They kind of leave it at that, as it sounds like a lot of pressure / relief was somewhat let go of in the tension in the room. However, as you're packing your bags, you can immediately notice someone kind of watching you, as of course it's your sister, as if she's
If you're going to hide, you have to try a little better than that.
I'm just worried, that's all.
There's no reason to worry. It will be fine.
But it's, well, I've never seen you go away from home like this, though.
I have left for a few days before, but
this sounds like it could be even longer than that. Could be a whole week, a whole month, a whole year. By the next time you see me, I could grow old and be a granny.
Well, possibly. It'd be an incredible feat of magic, but I would not put it out of the question. You will be fine. Father is here. He will take care of you. There's nothing for you to worry about. And if anything does happen to me, well, check the crypt, I guess.
You see, she kind of
She
just
will
starts crying.
go over and give her a hug. It's a very shitty hug, but it is a hug nonetheless, because she does not do it often.
As you proceed to hug her very weirdly, like you don't really like hug people like that. She like fully hugs you, embraces you, and now
Just
you
like
have
stock
a
still.
wet and snotty like chest. Like whatever is like there to like you know like whatever clothing is there is just all slobbered on, all like
her
tied on.
Yeah. Her arms are like eventually like just wind up by her side, and she's like clenching her fist because she's like, I just got this shirt cleaned yesterday. Come on. Just in her head. It's like she'll let her cry it out, and then after that's over with, she'll just, I will be fine. You will see me again. And besides, even if something does happen to me, it is not the end of... You will see me again. Just perhaps not in this world. There's nothing to worry of.
She's only gonna cry further now.
She's very bad at comforting people, if you haven't been able to tell. Charisma is
I
bad.
can tell. But
Trust me, we've been able.
Most,
We've been able.
this is the most
Yeah.
emotional probably person here. Like you can tell, like any other of your family members are gonna like they care about you obviously, but they're not gonna like do what she's doing. She actually truly cares about you.
Yeah.
And you know, she's like, she's just like, I love you. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna. Sorry.
Yes, I know. I'm amazing, and you love me. Now, can you please remove your snotty face from my chest, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's like badly patting like her back or shit. Like it's the. I feel like to her it would probably like understand like this is like the most physical affection that Mori has probably ever given. But she will stand up and go over to her desk and pull out probably just a small invention, something, a tiny little pocket watch that she'd probably been working on for her sister from some time now, and will pass it over to her. And it is just a tiny gold piece that you can see all the gears clicking on the inside for. This was something I was going to give you for your birthday, but I guess I will not be doing that. Well, I could still, but...
You're giving me
Take
this?
this. Yes, it is a gift. And it won't hurt you, I promise. Just anytime you feel sad, or do you feel emotion, listen to it. It makes a very satisfying clicking sound. And it does have a very satisfying, like, ticking sound to it.
Yeah, as she's kind of like listening to it, she be like, she's trying to like wipe away her tears, like she's trying to like you know the sound when you're like just like stop crying, you're trying to still hold it in, and she's like, I'm gonna treasure this for as long as I can.
So for as long as you live, good. And she'll pat her on her head, as shittily as somebody probably could, but without like hurting her. If I can, I will send you letters, and if I can, I will try to see you again.
You better.
Of course. What else is family for except for breaking into your room at random times in the middle of the night when you have a mission tomorrow night. Although I'd probably hide a little better than you.
Well, technically, it's only happened once, so I'm not very good at it.
Clearly. You'll get better though. I hope. And she'll just once she finishes calming down and settles down, she'll probably send her sister on her way to bed or whatever else, and then finish cleaning after she gets a new shirt.
Do you tuck her in, or you just like send her off?
Just sending her off. She's nice. She's not that nice. She also is probably.
She's just a fragile girl. I don't tell you, man. But yeah, she gets sent off. She accepts what it is for now, and has had her cry moment and comfort moment, if you want to go with that. But either way, you proceed to have your bags finally being able to be packed. A change of clothes is desperately needed, and when it's time to essentially head out into Zaun, you head out into Zaun the next day, going towards that of the meeting spots. That's of the Last Drop, a pretty infamous bar in Zaun.
So I've heard. When she's heading out, would that be around the time the enforcers are arriving? Or are the enforcers in a different area or district of Zaun?
They're in a different district. Zaun is
Okay.
well, Piltover is big, but Zaun is freaking huge.
Fucking massive, yeah.
That's like there's a good reason why I got this picture to represent that of Piltover and Zaun, because the size difference is crazy.
Yeah, Zaun is like a little itty bit at the top. And then yeah. How far I have to rake my freaking mouse down to get up to Piltover is a little weird.
Yeah, if you see this thing like right here at the top, that has like steam going up out of it. I think it's kind of like one of the elevators that goes down in the Zaun.
Mm-hmm.
Those are somewhat being more newly built stuff, but
There's definitely an elevator ride when she's like getting down into the deeper areas of Zaun where she's like, that pulley isn't supposed to be like that. I hope I don't die here. This would be bad. Yeah, pretty much.
But like that's like all is on, so
Yeah. There's definitely a moment where like, despite how much she doesn't really care terribly much for the gilded, the gold and white stone city of Piltover, she's like, at least the fucking machinery works. God damn.
So now I'm going to introduce to you everybody here that the picture's super small.
Zoom in. It's in 30. Oh, it's in 30p.
What the fuck? Oh.
Yeah, use your imaginations. Okay, so you got who all is actually going to be here at the Last Drop at the said time.
Astolius is probably going to go in with the other two if they want to come. And he's just going to start chugging like alcohol. Like he's just going to start chugging. Like
I might as well.
No.
See, the thing for you, I can at least say, is it is like, since it was somewhat of a poster as well beforehand, it's not like you couldn't be there. But I will say also, there's no reason not to just see about it because it's like
Yeah, that's why I'm
realistically-
going.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. He's like Asolius, like he's going to have like he's going to balance like 2 beer bottles on his horns. All right. And then the other 2 hands, he's just going to chug, and then actually one of his hands that is like with I don't know whiskey. He's going to like pass it to the 4th swordsman. All right. I'll be like, me like alcohol. You drink.
Hell yeah.
This Shindy does not partake in such activities. But thank you for the offer.
Alright.
I'll drink.
Yes,
I grab it from Asterian's
Yeah.
hand. I jump up and grab it.
By the way, I'm clutching it. So can you even like?
I jump
can you-
and just
Just
drink
hanging.
from the. Your mug is gigantic. I drink from your mug. I just take a sip from the mug.
Yeah.
You know when like
You were being kidnapped, right? You didn't just follow us or something, right?
No, I followed.
Okay.
I might as
Um,
well.
Yeah. I'm just going to yeah, I'm just going to drink. Do I have to roll a con save to see if I'm poisoned or not?
Jesus. Immediately.
You're not gonna be poisoned. You're fine right
Like
now.
no, I'm going to be like full on chugging, like full
Oh,
on
you
chugging
mean
God.
alcohol.
you don't
Yeah.
be poisoned. You be drunk.
Yeah, well, full on intoxicated. Like...
You can roll me 1 Constitution saving throw, but it will take you a
God.
decent amount of alcohol.
Mori
Uh,
is going to
God.
die the second she walks.
Let's see, con. Okay.
Yeah, Maury, you're walking in and you just see chug, chug, chug.
Ooh, that is an
Who
8
is-
on.
Yeah. Jin has probably also found like another really big cloak. Or maybe it was, I don't know, like a tarp from some shop, but he just took it. So he's not half naked anymore.
On a real note, though, scouting around, like just looking around, who's actually here? Like,
Two
hold on,
fat
let me-
fucks at the
Wait.
bar.
Dude,
me
you can
say-
see.
Let me say a couple.
Two fat fucks at the bar.
Asterius, you are poisoned, but you're not damaged poisoned. You're just
Oh my god.
you are definitely at least like really heavily into being tipsy,
Alright, so I get poison condition here.
basically.
Alright.
You see, you ask UCC, you will proceed to kind of like look around, trying to look past the big 2 motherfuckers here to see there are a few other people around, mostly looking like that, at least mostly Zaunite people. There's like a few people from out of what seems to be like out of town, usually not any Piltover looking people, except for one person sitting in that of a corner at that of a big round table that seems to be like almost like this person is waiting for people. I will say there is also that of a few, funny enough, Zaunite, like heavier, like big looking Zaunite men kind of nearby that seem to be like standing guard for this person.
do I recognize any of these people?
Literally, I could just say for the 2 Zaunite guards there, you could say if you want to or don't. They're literally just like random Zaunite people. Random like guards of like per se the establishment.
Interesting. I whisper to myself, I'm like, damn, Piltoverans always have to be so dramatic. Look at him sitting in a corner.
What? Yeah. Are you talking to yourself or?
Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
you just look over to your right, and you just see Mori standing like a foot away from you, looking like motherfucker. What? No,
You
but,
heard what I said. You heard me.
no, I'm just fucking kidding. I don't know where she would be right now.
I said Mori walked in when you started seeing them chugging.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So she might have actually heard it.
Dude, I love the dynamic of you just see a Minotaur chugging and you see a 14 behemoth is sipping on like some drink.
I will say both
That's-
both Rego and John, you guys can already both be here even before them, but you probably were like like um waiting in a different part because this person recently had set up the one in the corner recently got set up.
The man in the corner, or
You guys, yeah, I'm saying you guys are pretty much wherever in this bar, but the man in the corner that's got guards, he recently was like set up there, where when he basically just got like finally sat down and everything, basically the two big ass men and the shorty had walked in.
So, are we just gonna be waiting, or
let's see if someone makes a move first. Let them be the pawns.
Yeah. Asolius is going to get up and then he's going to go to the bar and then he's going to like he's messing up on his words a bit because he's that tipsy and I'll be like, "Ah, another."
The bartender. I actually do have a token. The bartender is kind of like looking at you, especially with how much of a bigger person you are, and is like, I don't know if I should really be serving you too many drinks. You seem to be a little out of it already.
Let's see. Is anyone else like 10 feet within me? Or is it like
Yes.
10 feet like next to me? Oh shit.
There's so many people. It's still like a busy bar.
I am going to. What does Solius do? Yeah, he would do this for being refused service of alcohol. He is going to use his bonus action, and he's going to use triumphant roar. He's just going to he's going to get so mad. He's going to let out a loud roar in this bar. Alright,
Oh,
and
God.
everyone within 10 feet of him has to make a wisdom save.
Well,
I'm waiting for the players
Who's within 10 feet?
because
What's the
okay,
DC?
cool.
because I know the people at least sitting next to him.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Within 10 feet, so I need to. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, everyone.
Would
Everyone. Oh,
I walked in a few seconds ago. Would I be within 10 feet?
No.
or-
No.
Okay.
What the
Alright,
fuck?
It's
So is
pretty
this?
much just the two
Yeah,
people
what's
sitting
that?
next to him at the bartender.
Oh, okay,
Like
cool,
there's
cool.
more
Oh.
people around, but I'm saying for the important ones.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for making me use my nat 20 now, Asterius.
Wait, what?
I appreciate it.
What's the DC?
DC's 15 for this.
Jesus, that's high.
Yeah.
I know. I rolled shit.
Alright, so you're now frightened for 1 minute.
DC
1 minute? What?
Yeah, one. Yeah, you're frightened for 1 minute. You
That is fine.
you can make it. You can keep on making the saving throw like after the end of your turn, but like for like combat and stuff. But like you're frightened for 1 minute of me.
CC just looks at this giant minotaur and is like, yeah, show off.
I continue to be frightened.
Oh.
Damn. Finally,
Okay.
after half a
There
minute,
you go.
So, anyways,
finally.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
slink off somewhere else.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I wasn't finished. So I just
Oh.
want to see who would be actually had to make the save or not. As that of
Yeah.
Asterius makes some noise, freaking out maybe some of the people next to him. More so freaking out that of the bartender as that of a bunch of people all around start to like get up out of their chairs and you can hear like the silence after the roar of like a bunch of hostility where it seems like the whole bar was damn near ready to fight you for some reason. Now the thing is, as that was happening, that of the man and that of Piltover like outfit, that was still somewhat covered, like that of some small hood to kind of at least cover that of the not the face but the over the face, over the head. I mean, proceeds to come up to you, Asterius, after that of the roar, puts his hand on your back and goes, now you know no one should never mess with the barkeep in his own place, as he tosses that of a gold coin to that of the bartender and says, very much apologies. We don't need to have any disruption here.
Yeah. Yeah, Asterius is going like torn around, like angry, but he's imagining the scene from Arcane where like the bartender was messed with, and then everyone in the bar just looks at Asterius, and then he kind of like pipes down. He kind of
Listen,
pipes
I'm a
down.
big strong
That
guy, but
is-
not that big
Yeah.
strong.
It does have a sense of, I don't know, fucking survival.
Yeah.
If you
and
rolled a
be
survival
like,
check, it'd be a nat 20 ring.
Yeah.
like he's kind of going to like be tipsy, and he's going to like say to the cloaked man and say, uh, me, me sorry, me just wanted drink, and bartender refused drink.
Don't worry about it. I'll get you something more to drink later. But now, you are one of the people at least that I was truly waiting for.
Assyrian takes out his letter, and then he looks at the name. I was like, you Victor.
Yes, that would be me.
He Yeah, he looks to let's see who. Yeah, he looks to his to the forward swordsman guy and says, "This not food, this man."
What?
My me thought you were food.
Side note:
The
is it
guard-
still dead silent in the bar right now?
It's
So
dead
everybody's just listening.
It's dead silent, yes, but this is gonna get even better here in a second, as it is dead silent for a second, as for a good few moments, as it kind of just like the knives that were pulled out, any weaponry that was pulled out is being put back into their pockets slowly, as the bartender looks a little bit more happier knowing that he's got a gold coin and he doesn't have anything to truly care about. However, as he proceeds to go, saying like, yes, that is me, he's going to pull down that of his hood fully, so that way you can see that of his like actual somewhat of his actual face, or what he's at least wearing, as well as that of the cane that he carries with him, as as here we go. As what will be revealed is that of a
Fucking nerd.
that of a straight up scientist, as there's no other way or shape or form that I'm really going to describe this without it either being a scientist or engineer of some sorts. As you instantly recognize, or well, I wouldn't say instantly recognize, but more so understand, some of you understand, this is the person that has made that of the construct that has been helping save that of the people in Zaun. And as that happens, he goes, as you know of him, Asterius, he goes, Asterius, at least that's what I believe the name is. Been quite famous down in the depths. And you're on that list, as well as somebody else that I'm waiting for. But in that same notion, for that of the silence going around, yes, I am Victor, and I am looking for that of the people who would want to join me in my cause. As you hear multiple people in the bar, because it's like a lot of people in the bar, like, like, I'm here to help. Yeah, I want to help. That pay looks good. Yeah, I want to help. And as that's going, he puts his hand up and goes, now, there are 2 people here that have already been selected, which means there will only be that of 4 more spots to join. And with that, the silence in the air kind of like thickens a little bit as he proceeds to walk over towards that of the table, of the seat that he was sitting at before, and he goes, and now remember, first come, first serve. As he proceeds to sit down, assuming the stereos you could follow if you want or follow afterwards, but essentially, he has told you that pretty much you have a guaranteed spot, but everybody else now around that's looking, at least the majority of the people in the bar, it's go time. Fucking people got weapons out. They got fisticuffs ready. They got some chemtech weaponry going on. It is a straight up bar fight now. People are
Yeah.
going to be getting stabbed. People are going to be getting punched. It is full blown house here. And with that, of just a smile on Victor's face.
All right. Question: How long? How long have we been in the bar for? Like, how long did we wait?
That you guys specifically waited probably
Yeah.
maybe half an hour. You guys pretty much got there by the time it was time to be there.
But I don't get a short rest then. Fuck. I'm at 14 health. Fuck.
Well,
guys-
you already got a guaranteed
We had a-
spot.
we
You
had a-
did.
Yeah.
Wait. Natsu, did we have a long rest between the fight and now?
No, you guys did get a short
No.
rest though.
Oh, a short rest.
Okay.
Okay.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
had-
heal up.
Okay.
You guys were pretty much roaming around a lot, so you guys didn't really get a good rest. And even if you were to be able to sleep for 8 hours, it's not how I do my games.
Yeah, that's fair.
You need to have like an actual safe place to be to really have a long
Yes.
rest. But you,
All right.
but short rests are easier to come by because it's essentially like breaks almost.
All right. So we do get a short rest, like just like
Yes.
that, or okay. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
I'm going to roll my d12s. You add your con modifier to your hit dice, right?
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so plus
yeah.
9. Okay. Oh, that is
Okay.
not good.
I mean, yeah. Jin would just, stand up and just walk towards Victor, kind of
Okay.
not caring about the people around him, given that he's twice the size of all of them.
John's gonna lean into Drago and just go, you just wanna shuffle in there? Or are we trying to stay out of this? Because, you're the lead.
Unfortunately, I need to know where this is going.
You did say first come first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
That's
So
why I'm going.
yeah, can I say to Vito, it's like, so me can fight as well?
I'm just gonna join the bar fight for a spot that you already have.
Just for the fun of it.
Can we actually start? Or are we roleplay?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I am
it's
already
pretty much
role-playing.
it's pretty much role playing however you want to get into there. Because I'll be
Cool.
honest, by the
He
time
said first come first serve, right?
yeah.
Can I transform into a lizard and just kind of scurry across the wall and then down into the booth and then just untransform? So I'm sitting in the booth next to him, so I can just completely ignore all the fighting.
It's not even you're pretty much we're barely not noticeable because everybody's already fighting. There's already a whole bunch of shit happening. Nobody's really focused on you, so you kind of
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Asterios is just gonna go into a rage and start fighting random ass people in the boss.
Christ.
Okay, well,
gonna beat
everybody's
people up.
yeah. I was gonna say, well, everybody's distracted. I'm just gonna walk over to the fucking table and sit
You know what?
down.
You said
Like,
Yeah,
you
as
said
I
you're
said,
fighting everybody
Jin
in
is
the
just gonna.
bar. God's
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
play the
like,
Godzilla versus Kong music I found. Here you go.
oh,
But
is
yeah,
this actually gonna be a fighting? Oh,
Put on the
I-
Doom music.
I appear next to him and I go, "I first came."
yeah. Oh, actually, who is at the bar at the moment? Actually, who's at the booth with Victor at the moment?
CC.
Alright.
It would be CC and potentially Mori if Mori just headed over there, like straight
yeah,
away.
that's what
Alright.
should have done.
So
second-
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the second that he started speaking to everybody with kind of, I guess, the idea that he was going to say there's limited spots, she would have immediately like started getting ready to move, because the last thing she wants to be is stabbed in the middle of a bar fight.
You
Alright,
say that, but
um,
you didn't even notice there was probably like there was that of like
Yeah.
not one of the guards that were there, but another one of the guards that were already like come on this way. Because remember earlier he said that he already had two people that he already
Mhm.
had chosen. So
yeah. Yeah, Asalius, like, he's going to rage. He's also going to do triumphant, he's going to use his triumphant roll again, but a different version, where everyone within 15 feet of me, gets, 10 hit points of, equal to my proficiency and constitution, so that would be 5 temporary hit points to Victor and everyone at the booth. Like everyone near the booth, pretty much. And then he's just going to do a dash action, and then he's just going to like ram into people at the bar.
Oh God.
Like with it,
the bartender is very upset.
Jesus.
he's literally just going to throw people, and he's also going to be like he's going to hoist like a random ass like citizen, and he's just going to like do bowling pins with him, and he's just going to throw him at like a crowd of people to knock them down.
You're a wild, wild man. It happens.
I mean, if it's possible, I'm gonna just try and grab John's hand and then just displacement burst over there through the chaos of the roar and him fighting other people.
You're gonna do what now?
If I'm able to, I was gonna grab John's hand and then use displacement to give myself that extra 30 feet of movement and dash over to the booths over there during the distraction of
Okay, so you just grab John and then you're like, book it. Whee!
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fine. You
dude.
kind of like weave your way around some fights, and at some point you see that of the bulldozing Minotaur that you kind of had to slightly get past. But what's even better is as Mori was kind of walking over there, to basically sit down because they actually had the cover of one of the guards because the guard was already like leading them over there. That guard gets fucking nailed as one guy gets fucking thrown by by one of Asterius' moves and basically gets put right in this guard, right into the splat into the wall, and you're thinking, Mori, maybe you shouldn't be here. But you know what?
Yeah.
She just lets out a sigh. She probably thinks to herself, I could be reading at home right now. I could be anywhere else in the world. But no, I was chosen for this bullshit. And she just keeps walking over to the table, trying to dodge and weave out of anybody that throws themselves in her way.
Yeah.
No, it was just the one. It was just basically you were nearing the table to sit down, and then the dude got like slammed. So you pretty much like you look, you're like taking the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taking the seat, pretty much.
Let's see, and then yeah, dude, he's like, I think Asalius is just going to go like ram force. So he's going to leave a bunch of like horn marks on the wall and like on the tables and shit. You know what he's going to do? He's going to get a table, alright? Like like impale it like on his horns, and he's just going to ram people with the table.
My man's just going crazy.
That's so fucking metal.
After one of the booths, John's gonna look back at Rago and just go, if you want certain people to stay away from the booth, I can always do that.
Probably with one of the guards being dead now.
Yeah, all right then. And John's gonna pull out a flintlock, and every single time somebody that isn't approved tries to walk in, that isn't, the 14-foot giants out there, John's just gonna shoot.
Oh,
There's no
damn. Oh,
hesitation.
this full on kill.
Oh, like full kill. I thought you were gonna like kneecap him.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh no.
Headshots.
It's every time he shoots, whoever he hits, just gets thrown back.
Okay.
Oh wait, so they don't die?
They
Like a rubber
they
bullet.
don't really die.
Mostly don't
They
die.
die, but
I-
they
Mostly.
still
Mostly.
paid.
They are dead.
I
mean,
look at-
it's still like, rib shattering considering they get thrown a full 5 feet back.
I look at
Oh.
John and I go, "You're not gonna do that to somebody who's already in the booth, right?"
Well, no, it's whoever you don't want to approach the boots.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
do you
So
think
you're not
I'd
gonna
be-
shoot anybody in the booth, and you just see Mori look at you like there's no emotion on her face, but like you can tell she's like, "Please don't."
Look,
Nowhere to say.
there's a reason why I've been a security guard. Other than the fact that it's a family shop.
Yeah.
But really just a few minutes really go by the time that it all kind of dies down, while Asterius is trying to look for more people to kind of like almost fight, as he's pretty much already bulldozed a bunch of bodies that are on the floor, unconscious, I would assume.
Yeah, unconscious. No
but
killing
like,
here.
but like definitely bloodied up, bruised, injured, like Asterius looked like he's the last man standing over there, while looking over at that of the booth. It's already been decided who's gonna pretty much go at that point, because you kind of look over and you're like, oh, already 5 people sitting over next to Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, me did good job. Me deserve drink.
I love him so much.
Well,
And then, oh wait, I think Sirius is just going to find like a random like beer bot, like one of those. Is there any beer standing like, or is there any alcohol like still standing from this?
they're not in bottles. They were in like wooden mugs. So.
Oh,
Mugs
okay.
are
So is there
metal-
any
or metal mugs.
wooden mugs that are like still standing from the fight?
I think that might be like 1 or 2.
Yeah, he's going to get like all the wooden mugs that still have alcohol in them, and he's just going to chuck them like in front of the people in the booth.
Victor chimes up. He's like, there's a chance that I might be able to get you more food and drink for you there, Asterius. But for now, it seems like the people have been chosen, and we can talk greatly about more things in detail. But now, we should probably head out, considering that of the commotion that has been made.
Why do you act like this is strange? This is a typical Saturday.
If I could speak up, you did just incite this.
He gets up, starts walking. I don't know whatever you mean.
Yeah. Asterius is just going to say, "Me like this man. Me follow him."
I do not like this man.
Mori is just dead silent this entire time.
Same with Rago.
I'll just walk after them.
So, you guys.
Can I, as he's wait? Can I use a spell slot here?
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I? So I want to use a sorcery point, or in this game, mana, to subtle spell cast detect thoughts on Victor, and he doesn't get a save for surface thoughts, so I can just hear his surface thoughts.
Server slots is just
Ooh,
God, these people are fucking idiots.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The wisdom saving throw is only for if I dig deeper.
Damn. Oh shit.
Oh boy. All right. So you looking at Victor, you do a little magic little
And
look-see.
well, subtle spell is I literally don't have to say or move my hands.
I
So-
get that. I'm just representing it. I'm like, you do a little magic look-see. You do like, what you got going on there? And
What's your
Yeah.
surface
and
thoughts?
you look
say?
at look at surface thoughts, and there are two things that you see. One, you basically immediately get a fucking nosebleed because looking into the surface thoughts, you see that he is thinking about a multitude of fucking blueprints, like a multitude of different blueprints that he's trying to kind of like craft,
Okay.
theorize stuff that he could do, and the other one seems to be that of experiments that he could do. Potentially, when I say experiments that you could do, I mean like he's like thinking in he's pretty much thinking, if these guy with all of these people together, I could get that of an actual true experiment going.
That's not
And his surface thoughts don't have any indication of what that experiment is.
No, not specifically. He's like I said, he's essentially more so thinking of actually like what he could do with you guys. So again, it's kind of like bombardment of just different blueprint ideas and different inventions that are essentially getting through your head as he's basically a man that you're finding out very quickly. He does not take his time to stop thinking. Like he's not
This
going to take a
motherfucker
break.
got us all together without even knowing why. All
And
right.
with that, I will say you guys are heading to that of potentially that of a special facility.
Oh Jesus.
And the reason why I say that a potential special facility is because you guys are heading up towards that of Piltover. As he says, do not fret while you are with me. We are heading to that of a safe place. A place I would like to call home. And as you guys are essentially getting up to that of this home, of this building, you hear a welcome home as you see that of a big yellow like construct with somewhat of a silly face. And with
I
that,
wonder who that is.
Yeah.
we will show off the character as we will end the session there.
Okay.
Looks great.
Woohoo!
Nice.
session.
Fuck me.
Blitzcrank.
Excellent. I closed Foundry by accident.
He said, "Oh, we're done." I'm out.
Well,
All right.
Oh, you're
Bye.
gone.
that's what
Bye,
I was waiting
everybody.
for.
We didn't take
Yeah.
a break today, more specifically because we started a good bit late. But either way, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a
Yeah.
good one, and we'll
Yeah.
see y'all next time. Bye.
See you all next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
It's
Not
only
soon.
what,